Happy Mani Monday. My first an official Color Street stylist. I did officially join over these last couple of days. I believe it was Friday. It's kind of been a whirlwind since, but nonetheless, I finally hit that join button and it's just really been pretty cool since. I've got a good number of people in my VIP group and it's growing every day, and I'm so excited and humbled by all of them. And if you're watching, probably because I'm going to post this in there anyways, because it's the whole point of me making this, all of you. So incredibly humbled by all of you joining and so incredibly happy. And I have already had to put myself out there more than I'm used to. I had to do a live video. I've had to, not had to, I get to. I'm excited to be able to do this, but I've done a live video. I've had to reach out to people and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and please come support me. And that's just not something that I'm overly comfortable with doing in my experience. I'm usually more of a shy, kind of in the background kind of person. But again, I'm really trying to change all of that. I have been on this epic wellness journey, physically and emotionally and financially and all of it. And a big part of it is that increase in confidence and authenticity and being able to put myself out there and starting a YouTube channel and all of these crazy things that I would have never thought was something that I would even consider. Anyhow, so yeah, the whole point of this actual video is I want to go ahead and do an application process from start to finish. This is what I have going on currently. So I had a really cool, had is the operative word. I had a really cool mixed mani using New York Minute, still not used to camera, New York Minute and Moscow or Now, and then Home, no, not Home. I really got to get used to these names. Glitter Sweet over this one, and I think over this one. Come on. Anyways, and then I had some nail tape and things like that. I was just trying to be fancy. But today is Memorial Day, and yeah, it's like 6:30 at night, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the Glitz and Glory. I was actually gonna save it because I really am looking forward to this silver for a different mixed mani that I'm looking forward to. But again, I really wanted to put a application video out there for everyone. And, part of the reason I love Color Street is the cool holiday designs. I mean, how stinking adorable is that? So, plus I'm really trying to perfect my technique. So I figured, why not? Now, the thing is, there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, I don't think millions, but it could be, we're getting close, application videos out there. And I really highly suggest that everybody watch as many as you can. Not that it's difficult at all. Maybe I'm just the crazy perfectionist, but I keep learning things, since I've only been wearing my own Color Street for about 6 months, and every time I see a video or see somebody else do it, I learn something new. So, and I see that people do things differently, and that's perfectly fine. So I suggest that you watch different videos. I just felt like I should do this because I wanted to, trying to perfect my video taking skills, trying to perfect my application, trying to feel more comfortable putting myself out there. Plus, I'm your stylist. Again, if you're in my VIP group and you're watching this, I'm your stylist. I might be one of many, which is fine, but I'm your stylist, and I think that, showing you, especially the people who are new to Color Street, I think I should be showing you how at least I do the application process. So that's what we're going to do. Again, first of all, I have to take this off, and you can see the white is not part of the design. I finally finished my craft room. Oh, that was a big, long labor of love. Actually, so this is technically my third video now on the channel. The last video is of the kind of reveal of the table that we made, and it does do a quick little, and this is the craft room kind of thing. If anybody's curious as to all of the work I've been doing for the last 3 weeks, about what I have been doing when I'm saying I'm doing all of this work, there you go. But, so yeah, this is only my third video. If you can, hear screaming in the background, don't be alarmed. That's just my son being completely obnoxious on Fortnite. Biggest mistake ever. New parents, don't do it. don't allow Fortnite. It's fine. Fortnite's fine. We're okay. But he is a different version than what I gave birth to all of a sudden overnight. Okay, anyway, so like I said, so finally finished my craft room, and I'm a messy crafter. I've got paint all over me. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to take off the nails, polish, paint, all of it first. Now, again, Color Street is 100% nail polish. Again, lots of people do things lots of different ways. It is, you know, perfectly fine to use your traditional, even dollar store nail polish remover and just, you know, wipe them off like you normally would. One really cool technique that I had seen and I was doing for a little while, well, first of all, is Mineral Fusion. This is absolutely amazing. It's a nail polish remover. It is a little bit on the pricier side. I got mine from Amazon. I'm pretty sure you can get it in some in-person stores. I don't remember which ones offhand, and it's none that I have in the area, I don't think. So I never really paid much attention to it. So it is a little bit pricier, and it does feel a little bit greasier, but it's absolutely amazing. And, you know, Color Street is amazing, and they're very, very durable, especially glitters. And if you do any kind of layering, which, you know, again, I really try to get fancy, so I do typically have lots of layers, and I always have some kind of a glitter. And the glitters can sometimes be a little bit difficult to get off. So, you know, it's totally possible, but the Mineral Fusion does make it much easier. So the tip trick I had discovered from a stylist was to actually put some in a baggie, like a Ziploc sandwich baggie. They might have then placed that in water. I can't actually remember. I believe it works either way, but then you would stick the hand in and just let it sit, you know, in the baggie for a few minutes, and then in the baggie you would just rub them off, and that worked perfect. However, what I have started doing, which I think again is more convenient, and I'm all about time and convenient, which is again why I love Color Street, is using the nail clips, right? So taking a cotton either ball or the pad like this, putting the nail polish remover on it, putting it in the clip, and then literally just putting your nails on it. So you can do all 10 at once, you can do 5 and have a free hand, whatever you want to do, about 5 to 7 minutes, and then just wipe it off, and it comes off like a breeze. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to speed through, so I don't want this video to be an hour long because I've already rambled for 8 minutes. Again, really trying to perfect this whole video thing. Also, I just want to share that I do just use one of these little pump bottles. Again, convenient. I just bought these little ones from the dollar store, so I just put my mineral in there and will use the pump action like that. It's super cool. And then again, put it in the clip. So that's what we're gonna do first, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so pro tip, don't use your right hand first if you're right-handed. Not really sure what I was thinking. I've never done that before. It must be the nerves of the camera. Anyway. Okay, I've got the last clip on here. Sorry, my assistant is in the room. So I've got this last clip on, and then you just take it off, and you can see most of it comes off, and then if need be, just continue to wipe it away. And there you have it. Okay, now I'm just going to do some standard filing and cleaning up of the cuticles, and we'll put the new set on. Okay, so I just took your standard nail tools, nothing special. There we go, an orange stick. It's pretty much all I use this time. I just did a full-on cleanup last time I put a set on, so it's not really needed this time. But you know, your general file and cuticle pusher and nothing fancy. Now, I was not expecting to do a video, so I don't have the packaging, but I definitely will next time I was just thinking my next set doesn't have one either, because I had actually kind of pre-planned. Like I said, I was actually going to use this with something else, and so I had all set that up, but it doesn't matter. When you get your package, it will come in a cardboard with this, with an orange stick, with an alcohol prep pad, and a nail file. So after cleaning up my nails, I did wash them. I'm actually not going to use the alcohol pad today, and again, I don't always use the actual alcohol pads. Again, I just have another pump bottle with this that I'll wipe down with alcohol. If I'm doing a heavy duty filing session, then just to ensure that I got all of those scraps away, I usually will. Or every third set, I usually will. But typically in between, I will just wash with like Dawn dish soap. I tend to, we'll see now, like even, no, I take that back. See, this one still feels like there's a little bit of residue left, so I must not have filed and or washed enough. So I will, just a little bit. I typically find that if I do it too often, that sometimes I dry out a little. You know, basically the whole point is we want to make sure that all of the oils are off, because even though these are 100% nail polish, they're dry and there is a stickiness to it and they won't stick as well. So also when you're putting them on, you're going to try to stay away from the skin, which is why you want to try to push your cuticles back as far as you can. So again, just making sure my hands are dry, everything is off. So yeah, now all of the strips come like this. You get I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I thought. 16 strips altogether. They are technically sold individually as one manicure set with a few extra, right? So 10 fingers. Now, if you have, long fingernails, sure, you might use the whole thing. Mine, especially now, are very short, so I typically can get away with 1 strip for 1 nail, which means I technically will only use 5. Also, this is the first time in maybe ever that I'm using just 1 strip. Typically, I will do what's called a mixed mani, and I will take separate strips and I will mix them together, or part of a strip and maybe an accent twosie for the accent nails, or sometimes 3 or 4, really, depending on what I'm doing. Like I said, I like to get a little fancy, or rather jazzy, right? Jazzy nails with Jess. Here we are. Anyways, so this is the first time I'm pretty much using a full set. Now, because of that, I save mine. Now, like I said, they are sold individually as 1 manicure set, but I know that I only need a few of them, and I know that if I save them, I can get more use out of them. It is not quote-unquote recommended by the company to save them. It is, again, marketed as a one-time use only. These do start to dry up fairly quick. Again, 100% real nail polish. So long story short, I'm going to reseal this when I am done. So I want to be really mindful of that. You might be able to see here, I don't think you can see that on camera, but there is a little slit right here making it easy for you to open. But I want to open from this end because the name is here and I can never ever remember what my sets are called. So I want to be able to keep as much as, because I'm going to end up opening it, sealing it, opening it, sealing it, opening it, and so it's eventually gonna lose more bag. So I want to open up on this end to be as far away from the name as possible. And again, I want to try to open, minimally so it's easy enough for me to close back up. Looking through my caddy, I've got one of these art caddies, I suppose is what they're called, from Michaels. It works pretty great. But if you have too much junk in here, you still can't find what you're looking for. Oh, look at me. I had already taken them out trying to be prepared. Anyways, I just used the little cuticle scissors. I mean, you can use any, but like I said, I want to cut very minimally, so I want to use smaller scissors. I might not have even cut enough. Oh, I did. Okay. Also, it's not hard, but they're a little sometimes difficult to get back. So I really want to try to only take out 1 if I can, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. I saw something, I saw some kind of hack somewhere. I can't remember where now, but so this is how they come. And I have to say, every time I open up a new strip, it's kind of funny. The overwhelming smell of nail polish. which is awesome. Every time I get that fresh strip smell, it just really reinforces to me that they are in fact 100% real, and that's just so cool. And can we just, gawk at this amazing glitter? So perfect. Okay, so typically what I will do, not always, you know, if I'm planning a really special set, or, well, really that's it. If I'm planning an extra special set and I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna do where, I will separate them out and kind of lay them out and design them. Something like this, I typically wouldn't, but again, trying to show you, you know, full process here. You're gonna wanna try to size them up. You know, it's really just going like that. See, the glitter though, the glitter blurs a little bit more. So I actually recently saw a video, I might not have ever been explained this well, or didn't pay attention, or who knows, both, but apparently, and if anybody else loves Color Street, please correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently you should always choose the bigger size if you're in between sizes. So we're gonna go on this side because it's not as blurry. But if you were to look at my thumb, right, that looks to me, actually it looks okay, but I don't know. See, if you're in between sizes, they say you should actually go up to a bigger size, because then you can use the orange stick, and again, you can use the, I don't know, lost my train of thought. You can use the orange stick and really, you know, after you push it down, you can use the orange stick to basically cut it where you need it to. So I thought that was interesting. I did try it one time and I didn't do so well. I felt like it ripped it a little, but I think it just is gonna take practice. So I'm gonna keep trying to do that. But so yeah, then I'll just do my thumb. Just going down the line here. That's gonna probably be way too big. I think it's way too big, but more importantly, I think this one will be okay. So then I'm gonna set this one aside because I'm not gonna use it, and that one's gonna be my index. And again, I'm going to try to use both strips, or one strip for both nails, so I'm not really even gonna look at the other one yet. Then I'm just gonna keep going down the line. See, I actually feel like that one's a little small, but still that one's kind of big. Let me see. I don't know, I'm gonna try it. And then again, I guess I'm not gonna use it after all. So now where am I? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I know the pinky's too small. The pinky is what I'll usually use on Harper, just because my pinkies are definitely not that small. Sometimes I'll use them if I'm making designs, like will cut them for stripes, or I'll use an actual hole punch to punch out shapes. So those are good. So I still won't actually get rid of those. So I really don't ever throw away anything. Okay, so that should be my mani. So let's go. All right, you're gonna wanna do the thumb last, because the thumb is kind of what you will use as a tool to put them on. I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're actually gonna start backwards. We're gonna start with my pinky. So we're gonna go back here. Now this comes 3 ways. I don't know if that's the right term, but there's 3 pieces to it. This first, I wish it was coming up a little bit better, is this plastic piece. Hopefully you guys can see that. You lift that off, and then you put that to the side. Usually it gets stuck to me, so I'm surprised it's not. And then it's got a white backing, and then this is the actual nail polish. Now this should actually go pretty well because the glitters are a little bit sturdier and easier to work with. The plain solids are a little bit thinner, and again, not difficult, but they are a bit more fragile. So I like to use the backing as somewhat of a tool, so that I will just lift off what I think that I'm going to need roughly and put the end piece back on. Now you can touch them and you can play with them, but again, the more you do so, the more oils that will be transferred from your fingers, and they won't necessarily stick as well. So that's why I like to use this, because now I have this, kind of handy dandy tool to work with. Okay, so I'm really blurry tonight, and I don't know why. I apologize. Again, still trying to perfect this whole video taking thing, so hopefully you guys can see. My pinky is actually probably my longest finger right now, so I might end up having to do 2 strips, but we'll see. So again, nail's been filed, cuticle's been pushed back. This always likes to curl up on me, so I like to kind of try to curl it down so I get an idea. There we go. And again, I hope you guys can see this. I'm just going to put it on the nail like that. Okay, so the best thing to use is a rubber tipped cuticle pusher, and you're just gonna, you know, smooth it all down. I feel like it is going a little to the side on my skin, so I will actually try to pull my skin away and then push down. And again, you just want to smooth out. So there is some give to it. You can definitely stretch if need be. You can stretch them to fit a little bit more. I just kind of sometimes will rock back and forth to make sure I get these corners. And then really, you know, now it's done. And because this one is longer, it can get perforated right with that. But if not, it's actually probably longer than my thumb. But whether you have a thumb nail or not, you're going to make sure it's over the tip and then just kind of cut it off. Like that. Easy peasy. It's so great. And now, I mean, it's technically done. I could, you know, there's a little that I'm going to want to file, but that's pretty much it. Now, I have my piece for my other pinky. So some people would leave that to the side and then just go and do one hand at a time. Again, if you're using a full strip for a full hand, you have no choice because you don't have that other piece. But I just am going to move over for video purposes. So sticking to me a little. So now I'm going to pull this off again. And this time I'm going to flip it back around. So that in this little piece now you can just rip right off. All right, and then see, it wasn't centered on there, so I would prefer it to be centered, so I'm gonna lift it off again. So again, ooh, it's still sticking. Now basically the same thing on the other side. Come on. Obviously, if you're right-handed, putting it on the right hand is a little bit more difficult. Not nearly as difficult if you are to try to paint your right hand. Oh my goodness. I am not a good fingernail painter at all. It was, I swear to gosh, my 5-year-old could do better. So sometimes I don't give it enough of a tail. Gosh, I hope you can see that. So, you know, you just lift it back up and lift it like that. So I hate wasting so much that even this, look how much I'm going to have left over. Even that is like making me cringe. Now I'm not going to lie. If this was a solid, I might save. Not necessarily save, like seal back in the bag save, but if I was, you know, I might use it for a design. So again, you're, you know, just stretch a little, make sure it's on there. And then taking your, the nail that it's on there and the thumb and just, you know, cut it right off. That's it. It's very sticky, so then you're going to want to put it back and put it over. Now, I kind of go back and forth. I've seen people do it different ways. I do it different ways. I either will kind of file and fix up what's already there, or I will just go ahead and do the rest of the hand and then go back. Again, I think for this video purpose, I will just go ahead and put the rest of them on. I'm going to go ahead and do it a speed through as well. And then when I'm done placing the rest of them, I will go back and, you know, show you how to make them pretty. Even though if you ask me, they're already pretty good to go. So yeah, let's do this. Okay, so yeah, some of them kind of rip off on their own without me even trying, which is perfectly fine. Some of them are still, like this one, I definitely sized too small there. Hopefully you can see that. I don't really think I sized too big. I mean, a couple of them are bigger than I would like them to be, but I think they're still okay. But like that one would definitely have to be cleaned up. So we're gonna go through now and do the process of cleaning up. So with a file, you know, some of the time you're going to have some oh, you can't even see that one. This is, the thumb is probably going on. So there's a little bit of excess left over, right? So you want to just kind of file it off. So you don't ever want to saw back and forth. I've accidentally taken the whole strip off, not the whole strip, but you know, I've nicked it quite a bit by going like this. So you want to do more of an angle and just kind of, you want to get it more perforated, right? And then it'll kind of just come right off. And then it should come right off, but again, it's pretty sticky. I felt like these were really sticking to me today. So just be aware of that, that even if it's cut off, it still is gonna be there because you have to physically peel it off. Yeah, there's a lot of straggly, sticky pieces tonight. So yeah, you're going to just keep doing that. I definitely see some cuticle overlap, or skin on the side overlap, which we will definitely go through and try to do. But for right now, I'm going to keep filing off the excess.
Do those on 4 for what?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's also, today is also Memorial Day, so that's what they're on for. And then they'll probably have a new set come out on 4th of July.
Well, you can buy that new set.
Totally.
I'm just so But why don't we make them now? Because it's not even 4th of July.
No, but it is Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, good point. What's Memorial Day?
Memorial Day is where we celebrate all of the soldiers that have passed, that have died while fighting in wars.
That keep you safe?
Yep.
That keep you safe from all the bad guys?
Well, yeah, kind of. Okay, so now we're gonna try that cuticle trick. Like I said, it's only my second time, so hopefully it works. But as you can see, there's some overlap on the skin here. I feel like my camera angles and blurriness isn't great. I apologize, but you know, still learning on my phone at that. So, okay, so you're gonna take the cuticle stick. Oh, see, it's already starting to rip. So, you know, I'm just learning with the rest of you guys, but I think instead of dragging it, I'm going to just kind of perforate it again. Because when I was trying to go like this, like I had seen in the video, I feel like it starts to drag it away. So I guess maybe I have to do this first. Okay, not bad. This one's pretty bad. Oh, see, it's not really picking up on camera. But yeah, it looks like perforating it is the way to go. And then once it's cut all the way through, and you're actually separated from the nail, then you can kind of work to get it off. Okay. Not bad. There was one point, I don't know if you saw it, where there was a little bit of a wrinkle. You just smooth it down. That's all you have to do. And you know, I say using a rubber cuticle pusher is best, but as you saw, I really just use my fingernails mostly. I don't really use a whole lot of tools. I will kind of go through and smooth them out and make sure they're all good to go, but you know, other than that, they're pretty well perfect already. So I'm just gonna keep going through with the cuticle pusher, making sure they're all off the skin. All right, I think I'm done. Man, it's so much quicker when you don't do a mixed mani. This is awesome. Okay, so I've got one more step, but I'm gonna seal this up first. So I wanna show you what I do. So again, now you've got to clean up your little mess. You should have this little handy dandy pile. Now typically when I have the cardboard, I'll actually just pile it right in there and then throw the whole thing away. Okay, so yeah, I've got a whole set that I haven't used at all, and then I've got these 3 extras. Now, again, they are sold as a one-time use only. However, people have had success with sealing them and or putting them in the freezer, or you know, some people do both. I only seal. Again, they're a little difficult to put back, so you're gonna want to try to open it as much as you can and then get the set. And it's funny too, because I don't usually have a full set like this, so this might even be more difficult. Sometimes I've been known just to break them apart, just to make sure, just to put them in a little bit more easily, which works as well, but you just have to work to finagle them back in. Come on. So then I just throw okay, there you have it. Now I use a sealer. This is just bought off Amazon. It was actually a 2-pack for pretty cheap. We have one up in the kitchen. It's cool. It's got a magnet. So I did actually recently just buy this because I wanted to test it out and make sure it worked before I could recommend anything. But for the last 6 months, I've just been using a flat iron and it works perfectly fine. But I'm keeping everything downstairs in the basement now. Didn't want to have to run back and forth to get the flat iron. Didn't want to buy a flat iron just for the basement. So I've got this thing now. Flat iron, literally just turn it on, let it heat up, and then just do just like that. Just real quick. Boop. And that's all that you need. But for these purposes, I'm going to use the actual sealer, which also is, you know, amazing. You're gonna want to go to the end so you don't, so you leave enough room. I don't know if that took. Oh, it did. See? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. I think I went too fast. There we go. Yep. Awesome. Cool. All right, so now the final step. Oh, I should show you one more pretty cool thing. So what I do with these strips, again, a lot of people put them in the freezer. I have this little handy dandy photo album, and I just find an open sleeve and I put them in here. I was trying to organize once upon a time, like glitters and solids and holidays, and that ship sailed. So yeah, this way it's clear and I can kind of just rifle through and see what I've got. And you know, it's been 6 months now, and the ones that I started with, you know, granted I haven't checked them in a while, and you can tell that they're not as fresh. You know, the fresh, newly opened are a little bit softer, a little bit more pliable. I can't even see what I started with or what the names were. I'm pretty sure this one was like one of my first. I don't know. So yeah, that's how I do it. And then it goes in my caddy. Okay, so there you have it. That's just pretty much it now. I think they look absolutely gorgeous and I could be done, but I like to then seal with a clear coat This is really all I had. You can use any clear coat, but I like to use this Jealous from Sally's. I've been using it for years. Again, it's not necessary. I am pretty rough on my manis, and I just feel like it lasts a little bit longer. It doesn't necessarily need it to look good because there's such a sheen already. But, you know, it's just something that I have noticed that for me personally, I like to do. So yeah, I'm gonna go through and do that and all the rest of them. This stuff dries super, super quick too. But again, you know, I've done these in the car. I've done them literally while I'm making dinner. They're amazing. I cannot say more good enough stuff. So there you have it. Okay, there you have it. I love, 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 love. Oh, look at that. Oh, I just feel more, no pun intended, polished, right? When my nails are done. And they're so sparkly and beautiful and jazzy. So yeah, I'm loving the silver. I was already, like I said, planning on using the silver for another set. So in a couple of days, I might, or maybe next week, I don't know, I might take off the flags and kind of add to it. I might have mentioned this in my first video, but I'm thinking as far as scheduling goes, you know, specifically with the VIP group, I would like to start maybe, you know, taking nail polish off and kind of having a weekly wrap-up kind of thing Sunday night, and get to some suggestions for my next mani, and then maybe Monday morning manis, doing, you know, more videos. I don't think they will always be as detailed. Like I said, I was really just trying to give you guys an idea of what I do for application process. So like I said, everybody does it a little bit differently. There's all kinds of different techniques and tips and tricks, and it definitely gets easier. You know I mentioned this in my live. I was very intimidated. I bought 3 packs without even, had never tried them, didn't even really knew what they were. And they sat on my dresser for like a few months, and I didn't know what they really were. I didn't know how to do it. Just, you know, who's got time for that? And then I went to a festival, and I randomly, you know, met this amazing consultant who put a sample on me just like that, and I was like, okay now. I was blown away. I was hooked. Literally that day, went home, put on the rest of my set, and then just was still kind of skeptical, of course. And, you know, like 2 weeks went by, and it was still amazing, and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I've been hooked ever since. So I feel like it's been a pretty steady six months that I've always had my, see, that it's already dry, had my nails done. I will push it though, you know, I'm gonna try not to anymore, but I've gone almost 3 weeks before without changing, which is kind of funny because my desire to change comes before, you know, the manicure is done. But it is what it is. So, you know, and again, you know, now that I'm a consultant stylist, now that I'm a stylist, how many times did I say that? Now that I'm a stylist with Color Street, I want to continue, you know, to always really up my game style-wise, really be able to show you guys, style-wise, what a joke, be able to really showcase, you know, the different things that you can do, and you know, I am hoping to change them out a little bit more. But the point is, yes, you can get a good 3 weeks out of it. So, you know, at least I can. You know, again, everybody's different. You know, I have to work on my and my side note. They basically 10 to 14 days, one-time use only. That's what they're going to tell you. I have gotten 3 weeks and 6 months worth of use, you know, if I seal them. So again, you do what works for you. You make it work for you. Thank you so much for being a part of this group. If you're seeing this in my VIP, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please reach out. Let me give you a sample. Let me know if you have any questions. This doesn't get any better than this. Thank you guys so much.